The following video is about a mother who thinks her son might be seeing a ghost. She has caught very deep and strange breathing sounds on the camera she installed in his room, and lately, he's been acting a little strange. But she wants to be sure she's not just overreacting. Watch. She could have brushed it off as nothing more than a toddler's tantrums, but what troubles her is how it seems to happen at the same time every single night. After she posted this clip, viewers began asking questions like, where did she get the crib? Some suggested that if not the crib itself, maybe something in his room carries an energy that could trigger this behavior. Others wondered if it could be connected to the house, perhaps something about its history she doesn't yet know. And then there are those who argue it might truly be nothing more than the baby being a baby. Kids can sometimes wake up crying or pointing at things we can't see. But when you combine the strange breathing sounds, the timing, and the child's behavior, it does make you wonder, is this just coincidence or something far stranger? This next clip is about a lady named Len who loves doll collections and has numerous toys in her house, some that her kids play with and others that just sit tucked away in creepy corners. Len is also known for her popular story times online, where she shares her personal paranormal encounters from childhood, and during these sessions, her audience sometimes notices eerie things happening in real time, strange figures in the background, unexplained noises, even knocks that sync with her words. And because she occasionally streams live, viewers insist it can all be editing tricks. One day, while home alone and joking around during a live session, this happened.
Okay, everyone's been saying, look under your sink because it's about to be a mess. Let's see. Ah! It was Chucky! Whoa. What the? Okay, I didn't plan this one. Chucky was just supposed to pop out, but his hair is moving. Holy shit. What the hell? Okay, I really do. Oh, move, goddammit. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, joke's over. Joke's over. I was about to say we got haunted dolls in this house. Oh my god. Y'all probably wondering why I have my fingers in the video the whole time. It's because TikTok thinks I'm stealing content. Okay? It thinks that I'm stealing y'all's videos and uploading them myself, trying to get the I don't know, the views. I don't know what it thinks I'm doing. But I ain't. It's my video. I made the video. That's my Chucky doll in my apartment about 3 years ago. That Chucky doll I've had for like 10 years. It's never moved until I got those dolls. And then all of a sudden it moves. And people that are making videos on that actual clip have the story wrong. I did not just throw that Chucky doll under there for the hell of it. It was a part 2 to another video that I'm gonna go ahead and post it on here too, so it makes sense to you. Is it ready? Right. Okay, I need this top. Give me this. Is it gonna work? Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, it does work. Oh. Stop Okay, so I was recreating that video because they said you could clean your pipes using shaving cream. So I put the little swizzle straw down the hole, but then after I posted that video, everyone was like, if you look under your sink, you're about to have a mess because that little hole leads to under your sink. So I was making the video like, there's not a mess under there, it's Chucky. Like, it was a joke, but the joke went south, and the dolls played a joke on me. So, like, they got me. So that's why the Chucky doll was even under there. I was playing with my followers 3 years ago, and it just went south bad. After that Chucky doll did that, I spent 2 hours outside waiting on my mom and daddy to come pick me up because I would not go back in the apartment. I made my daddy go in there and investigate the Chucky doll and make sure, like, I don't know what I thought. It just freaked me out and it scared me. So I spent the rest of the day until my husband come home from work at my parents' house after that. And let me throw this in here real quick. The ghosts are messing with me posting videos. Like, I know a couple of videos ago I was telling y'all how I couldn't upload videos. Like, the ghost was messing with my electronics. Well, they're doing it again on this video. I had to get my husband's phone to record and show you. Like, I was clicking, it would not let me record at all. I had to go down the street and post this video because it would not work. And I know there's going to be some people saying that it's just technical difficulties, whatever. No, because it only does this when I'm making, like, haunted content. When I'm making stupid, silly stuff, there's no problem with my phone whatsoever. But if I try and post something the ghost done, boom. But here's the video. This is the stuff I'm talking about, okay? The phone is froze. It will not let me post videos. The ghost is messing with me. I try to upload videos and stuff, and this is the type of shit that the ghost does. Messing with my electronics.
The way the doll's hair shifted on its own, followed by the unmistakable voice of a man, had viewers unsettled. Some speculated that the voice was directly connected to the doll, almost like it was a vessel being used to communicate. Others suggested that maybe Len's long history with paranormal activity has attached something to her, and the dolls are just perfect objects for it to manipulate. Of course, people debate why anyone would even keep so many dolls in the first place, especially when they're known to creep people out. For some, dolls are nostalgic. They represent childhood or family traditions. For collectors like Len, they're works of art, and sometimes even valuable antiques. But in the paranormal world, many believe dolls are perfect conduits for spirits because of their human-like form. For a while, Len laughed these strange moments off, but things shifted when the activity suddenly stopped when she became pregnant, only to start up again suddenly. More intense than before. Watch this.
I'm home alone with the baby, and these toys keep going. See that monkey over there? You have to push the tub for it to go, and it makes a little peeling out sound, and then it shoots across the floor and lights up. It kept going I'm sitting over there on the couch. My baby's asleep right there on the floor. And then this toy right here. That owl, you have to push those two, and it's going the and then this one in here keeps going off the most. I'm scared to walk in there. I'm scared to leave my baby. It's went off like 10 times already. You have to push the nose. You have to push the, like, I don't know, you have to push the nose. Like those 3 buttons right there, you have to push. And it just keeps, I gotta check on my baby. It's also like a push button that you have to, if it like starts to roll. Damn it. Yeah, right there. God damn it. Jesus Christ. I'm my baby in here. Okay, I'm turning on the light. I'm staying right here. I can see my baby.
fact that she recently got 4 new dolls, all said to be haunted and all for free, sent speculation into overdrive. Some people think the timing is too perfect and that she may have unintentionally invited something back into her home. Others suggest the house itself might be haunted and the dolls are just convenient vessels for whatever is there. But many of her longtime followers pointed out a chilling detail. She left her previous home because of hauntings, but she also left with the dolls. And now, in a new home, the same cycle is repeating itself. It's hard not to think that this looks less like coincidence, and more like something that's following her, waiting for the right moment to show itself again. In this next clip, a couple's house suddenly started reeking of rotten eggs, and at first they thought it was something simple. Maybe spoiled food left in the fridge, a dead animal under the floorboards, or even a gas leak. They hired an exterminator to check for pests, a plumber to inspect the pipes, and even had their gas lines checked for leaks. They scrubbed the floors, cleaned out the vents, replaced carpets, and burned through endless air fresheners. But no matter what they did, the smell never went away. And soon, the odor wasn't the only thing they had to worry about. Strange, almost unreal activity started happening around their home. Lights flickered even after an electrician ruled out wiring issues. Heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway when no one else was home. And doors slammed with such force that picture frames fell from the walls. And one night, they woke to find the dining chairs stacked on top of each other in the middle of the kitchen. Something neither of them could explain. One afternoon, while the husband was at work and his wife was trying to get some sleep, this is what their Ring camera caught.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Dude. Baby, what took you so long to answer? Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten egg. Like, it literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this shit, like, I'm literally feel like I'm about to puke. I was just taking a nap and the house smells disgusting. Yeah, I'll open the door. I don't know if that's going to do much, though. The door's open. I don't know. I need a fan or something. You need to get home and, like, air, like, do something in here. Did you take the trash out? What the fuck? The lights are fucking flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the fuck? Baby!
It's said that when a home starts to smell like rotten eggs, or worse, like rotting flesh, it's often considered a sign of demonic activity. In religious lore, demons are said to give off foul odors as a way of marking their territory, and when viewers noticed the cross on the wall suddenly shifting on its own, that only fueled the speculation. For many, the dots connected too perfectly. A foul smell that refuses to go away, escalating paranormal events, and a religious symbol being disturbed. So, are this couple truly dealing with a demonic presence like so many believe? Or is there another explanation for all of this that we're somehow missing? Sometimes when people say they don't like being alone, it's not just because of boredom, loneliness, or even fear of intruders. For some, it's because of the unexplained things they silently deal with inside their own homes. The kind of things they can't really share with friends without being laughed at or dismissed as crazy. And that's exactly how the lady in this next clip, named Leah, feels. Watch this. You really can't blame her for running because not everyone can stomach the idea of something else, something they can't even see, living in their house rent-free. Whether she later came back alone, got a roommate, or decided to leave the house entirely is still unknown, as no update has surfaced yet. But as much as many people applaud her decision to run for her life, there are others who believe staying and fighting is the better choice. So which side are you on? Run or fight, and why? Summed. This next clip is about a woman who just lost her stepdad, and she's been documenting the strange things that have started happening around her mom's house. What makes it such a big deal for her is the unsettling pattern she's noticed over the years. Every time they lose a loved one, electronics connected to that person, either something they bought or something they loved, starts to malfunction. In her own words, it's never just random. When her grandmother passed that same day, multiple devices turned on and off all at once, far too many to be brushed off as coincidence. And now, after her stepdad's passing, something similar is happening again. Watch this.
Is that you, Bill? Yes? No? Bill?
Can you get closer?
Is that you? Baby, is that you? Turn it on and off again. Bill? Is that you coming through there? I love you. Come back on. There you go. Bill? Maxie? Are you together? Yes? Come back on. Once for yes, Bill. Yes? Is Max with you? Once, yes? Where's Maxie? With you? Bill? Are you there? Turn it off again. Bill? Is Max with you? Are you gone? Found something you can get up, come on and off with, huh?
It raises the question, when people pass on, do both the living and the non-living somehow know? Could this be her stepdad trying to reach out through the only way he can? Or is it all just coincidence wrapped in grief? What unsettles her most is that her parents had this particular lamp for years, and it never flickered once, until the very day her stepdad passed. She still doesn't have a convincing explanation, so to her, it's still one big mystery. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, went to explore a cemetery near Timberlake Road when this happened.
Oh God, what was that? I just freaking heard something move through the water. Whatever it was. All right, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Whatever that was terrifying. Dude, something just like freaking hissed at me from over there. It did not sound human, whatever it was. I don't care what anyone says about me. chickening out. I am not going back over there.
Shaken, he left that area and headed in another direction to conduct a session with his spirit box, determined to confirm the rumors about this place. The legend tells of a woman who lost her entire family in a single day while she was away searching for food, and the spirits of her loved ones are said to linger there still. Many have seen phantom hounds with glowing eyes darting through the trees, shadowy figures watching silently from the woods, and in the small cemetery nearby, countless claims of ghostly children playing among the gravestones. With his spirit box, Ian got a terrifying response. Watch.
What is the name of your family? We all died. That's what this just said. It just sounded like either we are all dead or we all died. I am so sorry. Is the mother that hung herself, is she out here? Could you speak to me and tell me why you're still here? Oh my God, that was freaking disturbing. That sounded like a woman crying on there.
The responses he got only made Ian more determined to investigate further, but it also left viewers wrestling with an unsettling question. Is it only those who suffer tragic, violent deaths who remain as spirits in our world? If so, how do we explain those who claim to see the presence of loved ones who pass peacefully, without pain? Or perhaps it's not about how one dies at all. Maybe no one truly leaves after death. Maybe we all remain here in some form, drifting through the same world as the living, brushing past each other now and then, only occasionally felt or seen. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video was captured by Liv one quiet Saturday evening while she was home alone with her cat. For weeks now, at exactly 7:33 p.m., she would hear scratching sounds. Not the usual kind you dismiss as pipes or rodents, but deep, deliberate scraping, as if something was trying to claw its way through the walls. On some nights, the doorknobs would rattle, lights would flicker in quick bursts, and the cat would stare into corners as if it's following something invisible. One evening, Liv finally set up her phone to record, and this is what she caught. If you turn your volume up and listen carefully, you'll hear the chilling sound of scratches coming from inside the walls. Then, suddenly, objects begin to fall from shelves like a force was shaking the place from the inside out. Now, here's where it gets weird. People are asking why the cat wasn't reacting, and honestly, it's a fair question. But sometimes animals, especially cats, can grow desensitized to long-term spiritual presences, especially if they've been exposed repeatedly. Some experts even believe the spirit may have attached itself to the cat, which could explain its eerie calmness. Liv isn't taking any more chances, so she's made an appointment to have the house cleansed, and because the activity keeps escalating, she has also contacted a private investigator to dig into the house's history. The following clips were recorded by Linda, who has been experiencing strange and unexplained activity in her home. And the strange part? It only ever happens when she's completely alone. For weeks, she brushed it off as her imagination, until the sounds became impossible to ignore, and it kept happening week after week. She decided to set up a camera, and this is what she captured. You can hear heavy footsteps running up and down the stairs like someone's pacing in a hurry, but she is completely alone, and this strange sound usually lasts for about 20 minutes, and then everything goes still. This disturbing activity continued for weeks, growing worse with time, and at one point, it was not just one staircase, it was every staircase in the house, like the entity had grown bolder or multiplied.
You guys, I'm hearing it again, but from downstairs this time. Yeah, nope.
Some skeptics tried to discredit her claim, saying the stairs weren't fully shown in the clips. So, the next time it happened, Linda made sure to record the entire stairs.
I keep hearing somebody walk up and down my stairs, but there is obviously nobody there. There's nothing there. And it keeps coming up and down, up and down.
Now here's what makes this truly terrifying. Hearing running footsteps with no visible source is often linked to residual hauntings. It's a replay of something traumatic, usually tied to moments of panic, flight, or even death. It's like the spirit is stuck, reliving its final moments again and again. And now, Linda has admitted that she no longer feels safe staying in the house alone, so she's sent her footage to a ghost hunter, and an investigation is already underway. We wish her luck. A guy named Marcus has been dealing with something far worse than nightmares. For months now, he's been jolted out of sleep by violent, unexplainable events happening right inside his room. We're talking drawers yanked open with force, chairs flung to the side, loud bangs against the wall, and sometimes his blankets being pulled off in the middle of the night. On more than one occasion, objects have flown off shelves and deep scratches have appeared on his bedroom wall. Scratches he didn't make. So one night, determined to prove he wasn't losing his mind, Marcus set up a camera while he slept, and this is what he caught.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house this instant. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house.
He lives completely alone, and his bedroom is always locked from the inside before he sleeps, so there's no possible way anyone else could have been in that room. And with the force and aggression of the entity causing these activities, there's no other reason than the presence of a demon. Marcus sent the footage to his family priest, and thankfully, they've scheduled a day for serious prayers and cleansing. We wish him luck in banishing this tormenting spirit. A young mother named Grace has always believed her late husband still watches over their daughter, Emma, who was just a month old when he passed. From lights flickering on during their bedtime routines, to Emma giggling and reaching out toward empty spaces as if someone were there, Grace has experienced enough to believe he visits. One night, she finally caught this on camera. You can see little Emma sobbing uncontrollably, stretching her arms, pointing toward her dad's photo. And whenever she does this, she doesn't calm down until she's holding it in her hands. This video touched so many hearts, and the comments were flooded with people sharing their own emotional experiences and moments they also felt the presence of someone they lost. Have you ever felt something like that? A visit? Or a sign? Because sometimes all it takes is one moment like this to believe they're still out there. Dan and his wife had just moved into a new apartment, and they were excited to start their family and build memories in their new home. But from day one, the apartment had other plans. It's either the light, the tap turning on in the middle of the night, things falling off shelves that no one touched, gentle footsteps when no one was walking, and sometimes soft humming coming from the hallway. Most visitors brushed it off as poor construction or plumbing issues, but Dan and his wife could feel it wasn't structural, but spiritual. After a few months, they reached out to a medium, and that's when they discovered the truth. According to the medium, the spirit in the apartment was that of a young child who once lived there, the son of the original owners, and he meant no harm. With that knowledge, the couple chose to stay, and they even did a few protective rituals around the house, just in case the spirit decides to be violent. Now, years later, even with kids of their own, the family still lives in the home, and they've grown quite fond of their ghostly roommate. Take a look at what this family has to keep up with living with a ghost.
Get a tissue! Don't yell like that. I was putting myself on a nose, but I wasn't. Look at me. First of all, don't raise your voice like that. It's inappropriate, and see now the ghost is very upset. Don't do that.
That and there's no ghost in here.
Well, I don't know.
Dan and his wife are still trying to convince their kids that there is a ghost living with them, but the children aren't buying it. They think it's all one big joke, and the parents don't mind, as long as the kids can still laugh it off. And don't start waking up from nightmares, they're willing to let them believe whatever makes them feel safe. I agree, not many people can handle living with a ghost, but Dan and his family, they don't seem to mind, so we wish them luck and hope they know exactly what they're doing. The following clips were recorded by Kyle Anthony after weeks of claiming his house was haunted, claims none of his close friends or family members took seriously. According to them, it was just stress, or maybe the pipes, but Kyle and his fiancée had been experiencing some truly disturbing things, like utensils clattering in locked drawers, the smell of burning hair with no fire in sight, and strange whispers they could only hear when the lights went out. One night, when Kyle was getting ready for bed, the activity got worse. He was just about to turn off the lights when he heard a violent bang from the attic. It wasn't the kind of creak you'd expect from an old house, but a forceful, frantic pounding, like someone or something was trying to break through the attic door. This time, Kyle made sure he went with his phone, and this is what he captured.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you. There's nothing up here. There's nothing up here. Told you.
The force of whatever entity causing this was more than just aggressive, it was invasive. And such violent contacts are often a warning sign the spirit isn't just there, it's asserting its right or declaring ownership. When Kyle got inside the attic, every step he took inside the attic felt like something was waiting. And when he posted the clip online, viewers noticed something he didn't. A glowing orb moving across the screen just before the clip ended. That orb was the confirmation many needed to believe the attic wasn't empty. There was a spirit roaming. But it wasn't just the attic. Every night since then, a strange banging sound would echo from outside, always around the same time, and always from the same direction. One morning, the sound woke them up again, so Kyle stepped outside with his phone, and this is what he saw.
Alright, we woke up to the banging sound outside of our bedroom again. It sounded like it was coming from outside, yet again. But I think I know where it's coming from, so I'm going to show you. Right there. I think it's coming from there. Something is banging on that. It's happened, it happened last night, it happened 2 nights ago. That's our bedroom window right there. I hope there's nothing trapped in there, a raccoon, I don't know. But it's been freaking us out, waking us up. So we're gonna take a look. Goodness gracious. I can't see very far down there. Let me see if my light helps. I can't see all the way to the end, but I don't see anything. And that goes around a corner. I don't know if I can even fit between the blocks and that pipe, but I guess we're gonna have to take a look in there. Fuck.
The crawl space was completely empty with no raccoons and no rats, but Kyle knew what this meant. If there was no animal and it wasn't faulty construction, something else was definitely inside his house. Kyle tried to live with it, hoping it would stop, but the activity only escalated. One night, multiple events happened at once. Unexplainable footsteps, appliances switching on, and a door slamming shut when no one was near.
I did not notice that this door opened by itself. I did not notice. I was just trying to get the heck out of here. And to those of y'all that are asking, did I leave my fiance in the house by herself? No, I did not. She was waiting for me on the porch. I told her that when I got in the car, I was gonna film a TikTok really quick. So she went out and waited on the front porch while I backed the car out of the garage. I would not leave her here by herself on a night when this place is lit up like a rave with lights flickering and doors rattling and all that crap. Of course I wouldn't do that. But, I mean, I guess it's understandable that y'all were asking about it. But no. And I have not been in there. I haven't been in this little utility room yet. It's just the water heater and a bunch of junk. There's not going to be anything in there, but let's have a look. Let's have a look real quick. How about it? Into the darkness we stick our freaking hand. Yeah, nothing there. Junk. Bunch of junk. Greatest TikTok of all time, right?
The energy in this room was noticeably stronger, and it could be that whatever's haunting the house is connected to an event that happened here in the past. Or Kyle may have unknowingly brought something cursed into the house, like a thrifted object, or a secondhand piece of furniture. And we know how these things carry dark energy. Things took a disturbing turn days later, and this time, it wasn't just the banging anymore.
Alright, I am home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement. And I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. I don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
If you listen closely, you'll hear the creepy sound of children laughing, and even the cats are visibly agitated. Sometimes, hearing children laughing, especially when there are no children around, can be a dark spirit pretending to be something innocent to lure you in before revealing their true form. Kyle has not been able to have one single peaceful night without something strange happening, and it was getting impossible to dismiss it as a coincidence. One night, Kyle tried to get some sleep, praying nothing would happen, but something woke him up. Other than what you just saw in the clip, if you look closely, you'll see a faint pulsing light in the glass jar sitting on top of the TV stand, almost like something alive trapped inside, or a contained energy trying to manifest. Experts say when spirits grow bold enough to interfere with light, especially enclosed light, they've grown stronger. And this was really the case because after this night, it became worse.
This is freaking crazy. Check this out. The knocking is happening in the attic. Listen to that. Gosh dang it. The light just keeps... Why is this my life? Yo, this is driving me nuts. It's just constant. I don't know what to do. I just do not know what to do. Goodness.
When an expert reviewed this footage, they pointed out something bizarre. The knocks followed a pattern. 9 knocks, then 14. That's I and N in the alphabet for in. Was it trying to say it was inside, or was it inviting Kyle in? Some believe it was trying to possess a space, or even a person. Others pointed out the eerie synchronicity between the knocking and Kyle's emotions, as if the spirit was feeding off his fear. At this point, Kyle was torn between 2 horrifying possibilities. Either something was trying to torment him, or it was desperately trying to say something. But how do you tell the difference? He has tried everything. Salt across the doorways, iron nails near the windows, even burning sage, and it helped for a week until this happened.
I'll watch this and tell me if you see what I see. Well, I thought we had a quiet night, Shelly. Thought we had a quiet night. It was a quiet night. Everything just stopped. Here, play with that.
If you look closely toward the bottom left corner, you'll see a shadowy figure moving, and if you keep watching, you'll see something even worse. The small box was moving. After Kyle posted this clip, viewers were seriously worried, not just about the spirit, but about Kyle's safety. Many warned him that keeping objects like that doll could lead to possession, or even spiritual attachment that follows him outside the house, and they're not wrong. Others are convinced the doll is the source of all the activities, and that the spirit might stop playing games and become hostile. And judging by how things have been escalating, they might be right, because this kind of activity doesn't fade, it grows. Kyle has reached out to a ghost hunter, and the full footage has been sent in for professional review. Hopefully, they'll be able to pinpoint exactly what's been causing the surge in activity and how to get rid of it. But from everything we've seen, I don't have any doubt. There's a ghost in that house. This next clip was recorded by Sammy, who had been sensing something strange in her home for weeks now. At first, it was small things like the lights flickering at midnight, the sound of someone pacing in the hallway when she was home alone, and an icy breeze that always seemed to pass through the living room without warning. But what really convinced her that something wasn't right was her dog. Sammy's dog had always been calm, but lately it had started growling at empty corners, barking aggressively toward the hallway, refusing to enter certain rooms entirely, and even barking furiously at the empty chair that sat facing her bed. Sammy brushed it off at first, until one evening her dog refused to enter her room, and when her dog finally did, this was what happened. People say if you have a chair facing your bed, the dead come to sit and watch while you sleep. And if you leave a mirror facing your bed, you open a portal between this world and theirs. But Sammy isn't too bothered by these warnings. In fact, she welcomes the idea because she's been connecting with spirits since she was 4. But she agrees something was different about this night, so in her next clip, she revealed something deeply personal. Sammy believes it could be her twin brother who her mother lost during pregnancy, and the timing made it more convincing. That night was their birthday, so it felt too timed to be a coincidence. Still, to be sure, she sent the clips to a trusted medium and is currently awaiting a full reading. But the fact that the dog is growling like this is enough reason to consider other possibilities. Because dogs often detect dark spirits faster than humans, and growling, especially at a fixed spot, is a classic sign of a dark presence. We can't say for sure what it is yet, but I think we can all agree on one thing. There's certainly a spirit in that house. The following video is about a guy named Kyle who has refused to leave his house despite overwhelming proof that it's haunted. One time it's aggressive bangs echoing from the attic, another time it's disembodied voices whispering from his crawl space, but now it's happening right inside his living room. Watch this.
Yo, I swear I just heard footsteps in here. Like three times now. It just happened again. Listen. What the heck? It had a voice this time. Holy shoot. Tell me you heard that. I don't know if my camera picked it up or not. What the heck? I don't know. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yo. What the heck? Did you hear that?
Some people claimed they could hear a whining sound, others swore it was a child's voice. And more terrifying, several viewers pointed out the presence of a shadow. Now, here's where things get controversial. Some speculated that this shadow could mean he's dealing with a demon, but others quickly disagreed, saying demons don't cast shadows because they're not of this world. On the flip side, some argue that shadows could actually be their way of manifesting, proving their existence by leaving just enough of a trace in our reality. So, which side are you on? Was this really a demon showing itself, or something else entirely? Now, in this next clip, a woman named Hannah is trying to solve one of the biggest puzzles she's had to deal with since having her baby girl, the unseen person her daughter calls her friend. You see, when you're a new mother, there are so many things you worry about. Why isn't she sleeping through the night? Is that rash something serious? Why won't she eat? And for every concern, there's always somewhere to turn. Doctors, family, friends, even the internet. But this is different. Because how do you explain your child talking to someone you can't see without being called overreactive, or worse, people labeling her daughter as strange? One evening, Hannah decided it was high time she came to the root of things. Watch this.
You hold the camera, and all you have to do with this is you walk it around because it's taking a video. So you don't need to snap any pictures, you can walk it around. Do you know if Joe's down here?
Joe's right there sitting.
He's right there sitting?
Yeah.
Can you tilt the camera, see if you can get him on the video?
Yeah.
Is he still in the chair?
This is where he sleeps. He just sits like that.
He sleeps down here?
Yeah, I can't see him because
He's asleep.
no, you can't sit down there. This is not a bed. That is a bed. John said that this is a bed or his friend's chair.
Oh.
But he doesn't see you.
He doesn't see you?
No, he doesn't see me for a long time. He doesn't see me for millions, hundreds times. He just sees me sometimes.
He just sees you sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think Joe has anything under the house?
Mama says something that's on here. Some little breeze.
Just a little breeze?
But he doesn't play with the balloon.
He doesn't play with the balloon.
I don't put it on the cat if he wants to play. Okay.
What spooked her most was when Hazel, her little girl, casually said his friends sleep there. So now it wasn't just one unseen presence in her home, it was more than one. And many who saw this clip were quick to point out something else. The camera glitched the exact moment it was pointed at the chair, and again when Hazel peeked under it. Some say that's no coincidence, that electronic devices can distort or glitch when directed at a spirit. Others argue it could just be signal interference, poor connection, or even a lens error. But in this case, the timing was just too perfect. Things only got creepier from there. One night, while putting Hazel to bed, Hannah brought up Joe again, hoping to gather new details that might piece the puzzle together. By this time, she had already uncovered the last names of the children of the home's previous owner, and she wanted to see if by any chance Joe's last name would match up. What happened next shocked her.
It's Joe's birthday. It's just downstairs.
It's Joe's birthday downstairs.
Yeah. That's Joe's birthday. It's like flowers. Did you like the flowers?
He likes
little
flowers.
And big flowers.
Joe likes flowers.
And he likes it. He likes that with the flowers and he said.
Oh, does he make silly jokes?
Yeah.
Do you know what Joe's last name is?
Joe.
His last name is Joe? Is that? Does he have a different name?
Yeah. He has a different name called E and R and P, and he pals with that letter and that picture.
Little Hazel, who can barely spell her own name, began spelling Joe's last name, and she got 5 out of the 7 letters correct. Hannah says she still can't get over it. She's chosen not to share the name publicly out of respect for the family, but the fact remains, her daughter should never have known that. For a while, Hazel and Joe's interactions seemed harmless, even friendly, but then came a plot twist Hannah did not expect. One night, downstairs, Hannah pulled out a book about being nervous, and right there, Hazel casually said, "Joe gets nervous sometimes." When asked why, Hazel responded, "Joe gets nervous when John comes around." But who's John? And how did another figure suddenly enter the story? Watch this.
He's really mean to me.
He's really mean to you? Where does he live?
He lives next to Joe's house. But
There'll be a tray that is going
I don't listen to them anymore.
Okay.
At this point, Hannah began talking about saging the house. As she puts it, she already has enough drama in her life without dealing with a ghost, let alone 2 ghosts with their own unresolved beef. She even painted a chilling scenario. Imagine hating your neighbor while you're alive, then both of you die, and you're stuck living next to each other again in the afterlife. But it didn't stop at ghostly drama. Soon after, strange things started happening in the house itself. One day, while in the workshop that had been built by the home's previous owner, Hannah captured something creepy. Have a look.
So I'm going to quickly finish before I get out. The one other thing up here that is his is this box, and my husband stacked all of our stuff on top of it, so I can't, it's too heavy for me to open it. I think from memory there wasn't anything in here, and that just says Peninsula and Oriental Steam Navigation, and there's some like old ripped up stickers on there, but I might have more of a look later. When my husband is here, I'm going to get him to come down with me because I'm getting a little bit freaked out. So that is the workshop tour. Nothing that I've found so far with any names on it, but I will keep looking. Oh, what was that? Okay, I'm hearing noises now, so I'm going to get out. Goodbye.
So, let me put it to you. If you were in Hannah's shoes, how would you handle this? Would you pack your bags, call in help, or try to coexist with Joe and John? Now, in this next clip, a lady caught something she's still trying to make sense of on camera. Watch this. If you look closely at the upper left corner, something seems to be peeking or moving before it disappears completely. And apparently, before she captured this moment, she had already been dealing with a string of odd occurrences around her home, like the unsettling feeling of being watched when she was completely alone. Some nights she even reported hearing faint footsteps in the hallway when no one else was awake. So when this figure appeared in the corner of her video, many people pieced it together as further proof that whatever's been lurking in her house finally showed itself. So, was this a ghost manifesting in plain sight, or something else entirely? I'll let you be the judge on this one. In this next clip, a lady named Gigi went to visit her parents but had to wait for them to return from the mall. While she was waiting, she suddenly felt uneasy. Then this happened.
It keeps going up just a little at a time. We go in the kitchen and do some more stuff. Lysol. I wiped them and now I'm Lysoling them. Come on. Move the chair again. I told you. Told you. I am in the kitchen. I'm nowhere near that chair. I should be used to this stuff, but it's a little weird. Mom, is that you? Okay, I'm just shaking. It's okay. Totally okay.
She quickly remembered her parents saying they had recently gotten this chair, but she wasn't sure if it even came with a remote. One thing she knew for certain though was that she didn't have any remote with her and she was completely alone in the house. And as you see in the video, she sprayed some Lysol around the house. Some viewers speculated that she was trying to cleanse or sanitize the space, believing Lysol could purge bad energy the same way it clears germs. Others, however, were quick to dismiss this idea, saying that Lysol has no spiritual properties and that if anything was in the house, a spray bottle of disinfectant wouldn't stand a chance against it. This next footage was captured at the school hospital Universitario in Honduras, a place long rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a doctor who tragically took his own life within its walls. Many believe his restless presence still roams the hospital's dim corridors, and sightings have been reported so often that staff began filming whenever they sensed something was near. Watch this. This eerie recording quickly spread beyond the hospital walls, fueling stories that the doctor's ghost has become a permanent resident of the building. Some claim he's been seen pacing the halls, while others insist he flickers the lights or even appears in patient rooms late at night. Whether this is evidence of a true haunting or simply folklore that's taken on a life of its own, one thing is certain: it has captured the imagination of many, and this hospital's reputation as one of Honduras's most haunted places only continues to grow. This next clip follows Dustin Frazier, who's long suspected that something or someone is attached to him. Strange noises in his house when he's alone, doors closing on their own, even waking up at night with the chilling sense that something was hovering right by his bed. But one evening, Dustin wasn't even home. Yet this happened. Watch closely.
Pool is looking a little green, if you ask me, but I mean, to be fair, like the season's almost over, so let's check this one. Shoot good. Hot tip.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear a faint whisper, and then a dark figure appears standing directly behind him. So, was that the proof Dustin needed that there's a spirit following him, or is there another explanation we're missing? Now, this next clip was recorded by a ghost hunter named Ian, who visited the secluded Timberlake Road, a stretch of darkness in Minnesota, whispered to be one of the most haunted roads in the entire state. According to local legend, a family who once lived along this road fell gravely ill. The mother, desperate to save them, left for town to find food and medicine, but when she returned, it was already too late. They were all gone. Grief-stricken, she ended her own life on Timberlake Road. Some say her spirit is still there to this day, pale, restless, and wandering the roadside at night. Others speak of the small cemetery nearby where ghostly children have been spotted playing among the stones. And that's exactly where Ian began his exploration around 10 p.m. when he suddenly captured something terrifying on camera. Watch closely.
I don't see anything over here. And honestly, it's gone completely quiet. Oh my God! Okay, time to go. Time to go. Oh my God, what the f was that? Stop. Holy shit. That literally looked like a freaking dark figure darting across the freaking road. Oh my God. What the hell was that? Dude, it was freaking scary, whatever it was. It was like a freaking black mass, real low to the ground, and it's freaking boom. Right across that freaking road. God damn, I nearly crapped my pants.
Ian still doesn't know what that was, but he can't get past the feeling that it had been watching him the entire time. For more haunting videos, including more from Ian, make sure to subscribe to the channel now. The following video was captured by Will, a young TikToker who had been quietly enduring something terrifying until it got so bad he finally decided to speak up. For a while now, he could be in his room and suddenly every appliance would shut off. Lights, fan, even his phone charger, but somehow the TV would remain on. At first, he thought it was just faulty wiring or a glitch, but things got worse. He started experiencing a strange, persistent itch all over, and when he visited multiple hospitals and ran countless tests, every single doctor told him the same thing. We couldn't find any cause. They prescribed antihistamines, skin ointments, but nothing worked, and the itching wouldn't stop. Then one night, while all his roommates were fast asleep upstairs, Will found himself wide awake, partly because of the itching, but mostly because he could feel something was off. So he grabbed his phone and hit record. This is what he caught on camera.
I barely had a lot of sleep. A lot of shit's been going on, all the scratching, all the fucking everything. So I'm recording right now just to hopefully catch something, and if I do, I just want to prove to you guys that I'm actually alone. My roommates are all upstairs, so as soon as something's happening, like I'm just watching the friggin' door, as soon as something's happening, I'm booking it right inside there. I'm gonna film all the space, all like everything. We're gonna close the door right behind me, and I'm gonna make sure that I want to show you guys that I'm actually alone in this. Oh shit. Yo, the light's like turning on and off, bro. The doorknob. Yo, I gotta show you guys I'm actually alone. Look at this bull.
The lights flickered and the doorknob twisted on its own, as if something was trying to get in or out. And when he posted the video online, most of the viewers agreed on one unsettling possibility. If it's itching, it's probably a demon. Also, the doorknob was moving on its own, so it could mean the entity was trying to assert control, a known tactic of malicious spirits to instill fear or break boundaries. Still, not everyone believed him, and a few skeptics commented, why didn't he just go check? Well, Will did go check.
Yo, I gotta show you guys I'm actually alone. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Look. Turning on the light as soon as I walk in. Okay, closing the door. Yo. I'm telling you, anytime I walk in, there's like literally nobody. This has been going on for like a couple days now, dude. Look, watch. I'll turn on the light, okay? Nobody. Behind the door, nobody, okay? Going through this freaking door, which is just really scary in here. Nobody. Guys, tell me what the f is going on.
The room was empty, the lights were manually controlled, and the strangest part, this wasn't even the first time this had happened, and many of those times Will had been completely home alone. A few days later, he returned home from work to an even more terrifying experience.
Oh, I just got home from work. Yeah, this is what I came home to. I'm literally only going to assume that my roommates is trying to pull a prank on me. I'm gonna quickly close this, push all this, close this door behind me, just in case anything happens. What? Are you serious? They're trying to pull a prank. This is one hell of a prank. Oh, hell nah. Hell to the no. Everything. Oh my god, I'm out of here. Yep, I am done.
The entire house was a mess, and at first he wanted to believe it was a prank pulled by one of his roommates, but then he noticed something unusual, a creepy, old-fashioned doll. Shortly after seeing this, things spiraled out of control. Will was certain this time a spirit was living in that house with them, so later that evening, he set up a camera in the exact room where most of the strange activity seemed to happen, and what the footage revealed was disturbing.
Alright, let's get you some camera.
Exactly 2 hours and 18 minutes in, it began. First the lights, then the cabinet doors started opening and slamming over and over again, with no one in the room. After seeing this, Will wasted no time and reached out to a spiritualist for protection, and after a thorough investigation, he learned something shocking. His roommates had also been experiencing strange things for months, but they always assumed it was one of the others playing a prank. Even worse, the house had a history. The previous resident had packed up and left without notice, and never told anyone why. Now, it was all starting to make sense. We hope the protection Will and his roommates received is strong enough to drive this angry spirit out for good. You know how people always say a fresh start fixes everything? New job, new town, new place to live. It sounds good on paper, but for Kenny, that fresh start came with something no one could have warned him about. From the moment he settled in, little things began to feel off, like his phone alarm ringing every night at 3:07 a.m., even when he didn't set it. And the mirrors? They fogged up with handprints too large for a child and too small to be his. Also, his bathroom sink would be filled with dead beetles. But everything changed one morning at 4 a.m. when he was lying in bed, contemplating whether to get up for work or call in sick.
There's somebody banging on my door here. Who's there? Who's there? What? Who's there? Oh, what the? Holy f***, creeps me out, man. What the?
If you listen carefully, just before Kenny opens the door, you'll hear a faint woman's voice, but when he opened the door, no one's there. As the new guy in town, this rattled him, so he told his neighbor about it, and pretty soon, the story spread. Then, one day, on his way home from work, a strange woman walked up to him slowly, then looked straight at him and whispered, "Leave." Kenny turned to see if anyone saw what happened, but when he looked back, she was gone. She vanished, like she'd never been there. He looked around to ask a few people standing close to him if they had seen her, but they all said the same thing. "We didn't see anyone. You must be imagining things." That night, Kenny packed every single thing he owned in that house and never went back. And honestly, I doubt a single one of you would be unfazed in a situation like this. This next clip was recorded by a man named Dan, a new convert who had been enduring terrifying, unexplained experiences in his home for several months. At night, Dan would wake up with his entire body frozen, as if something heavy was sitting on his chest. Other nights, he'll hear scratching, not just on the walls, but under his bed, in the ceiling, and sometimes right beside his pillow. There were nights when he'd find muddy footprints leading from his front door to his bedroom, footprints that didn't match any of his shoes. Eventually, the lack of sleep and growing fear began to change him. He became withdrawn, and people at work noticed he was different, more anxious, more distracted, sometimes even confused, but they all thought he was depressed. Eventually, a concerned friend brought him to a spiritual guardian who listened quietly, then gave Daniel very specific instructions on what to do. One night, he got up ready to face his greatest fear at the moment, and this is what happened.
Ow. Okay, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask you, Jesus, for healing in this home. I ask you to take these demons away from my house.
What the camera captured was terrifying. Loud bangs, furniture moving without being touched, then the front door opening like something had left. Paranormal experts say demons don't just haunt homes, they break people down, and when confronted, they fight back. In this case, it did, but the prayer clearly affected it, and after the chaos, the entity left, but not without a warning. When Dan posted the footage, one viewer caught something chilling that almost no one noticed. The cross on his wall disappeared, then reappeared upside down. Now, for those unfamiliar, that's not just some coincidence. According to spiritualists, an inverted cross appearing spontaneously is a powerful and clear sign of demonic presence. So this was certainly a demon, and Dan is lucky it walked away. It's always heartbreaking how people with the most peaceful routines end up tangled in unfortunate circumstances, and in Katrina's case, it all started because she unknowingly moved into the wrong house. One quiet morning, she was on her laptop handling work emails when she began hearing strange noises coming from her kitchen. At first, she thought maybe Lucy had knocked something over, but when she glanced at her dog, Lucy wasn't even moving. In fact, she was frozen, eyes locked on the kitchen, ears perked up, and completely still. Something about the way the dog was staring unsettled Katrina. Trusting her instincts, she picked up her phone, hit record, and this is what she captured.
Okay guys, it's just me and Lucy up here. I was just listening to music. I was on the laptop, and we're hearing something in the kitchen. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Come on, Lou, come on. Hello? Hello?
That footage might look subtle to some, a noise here, a flicker there, but for anyone who's ever lived through a real haunting, you know the early signs, and the dog's behavior confirmed it. The days that followed were even more unsettling, but all of a sudden, one of the tenants in the building moved out, and the landlord offered Katrina the newly vacated room. After weeks of trying to ignore it, Katrina finally compiled all the footage she had and sent it to a well-known ghost hunter in her city. Now, a date has been set for the house to be cleansed. This next clip was recorded by two friends who had flown out to Albania for a much-needed vacation, but unfortunately, whatever has been haunting them all year didn't think they deserved a break. One quiet afternoon, they were relaxing, and a few moments later, they heard footsteps coming from upstairs. They grabbed their phone, started recording, and then this happened.
I got something in this for you.
That happened a few hours ago, guys. Me and my mate have been followed abroad. We went to Germany. There was activity, so we've come over to Albania for the second half of the holiday. Something's followed us over. Last night it was banging on the upstairs. This morning we've seen shadows on the stairs coming down. So we've set the camera up. You've seen what happened there, guys.
Now, if they looked slightly too calm for what just happened, there's a reason. They weren't shocked because they knew what it was, as this wasn't their first encounter. The truth is, this spirit has been tormenting them since the beginning of the year with strange dreams, sleep paralysis, scratch marks on their backs, bruises on their legs, and more than once, they've woken up with nosebleeds and burning sensations, as if something unseen was attacking them in their sleep. And now, even on vacation, it followed them. After this last incident, they finally reached out to a ghost hunter, sent him the clip, and that was enough to get them an urgent appointment. We sincerely wish them the best in banishing this long-serving spirit. The following clip is about a guy who has been hearing strange voices laughing right inside his own apartment at odd hours of the night. And you'd agree, it's one thing to hear muffled sounds through the wall from a neighbor's place, but it's something completely different when the laughter is so clear it feels like it's coming from the empty space right beside you. But the voices weren't the only problem. He claims objects in his apartment have started moving on their own. Chairs scraping across the floor, cabinet doors swinging open in the middle of the night, and even his TV turning on by itself, blasting static. At times, he wakes up to find the lights flickering, as though someone's flipping the switch back and forth, even though he lives alone. He even swears that on more than one occasion, he's felt someone breathing heavily right over his shoulder, only to turn around and find no one there. Then, one night, this happened. Watch, watch.
Me acaban de cerrar la puerta en la cara, pero no llegué a grabarlo. Se escucha la puerta del baño. Se me acaban de reír en la cara. Mostrate. Yo ya no te tengo miedo, ¿vale? Reíte. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde carajo estás? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Mostrate acá. Dale.
Most people who saw this video got carried away by the noise the door made, but if you listen closely, underneath the quirky sound, you'll hear it again. That same strange laughter. According to the guy in this clip, he's convinced he isn't dealing with an ordinary haunting, but something much darker, a demon. But what if it's something else entirely? Let me know what you think. In this next clip, another guy finally caught proof on camera of what he always suspected about his home, that there's a spirit living inside it. Watch this.
I'm making a video right now because I just heard something out of this bathroom. Sounded like something fell. That was up there. Oh, shit.
Here's the thing. Before he ever managed to capture this moment, he claims countless strange events had already been taking place. Objects would tumble from shelves without anyone touching them, doors would creak open by themselves, and he often came home to find his furniture shifted out of place, as if someone had walked in and rearranged the room while he was gone. At first, he thought maybe he was misplacing things, or maybe it was just his imagination, until these disturbances started happening more often, almost every night. After talking to a few people about it, he was advised to dig into the history of the house, and what he uncovered made everything even more unsettling. Apparently, the house once belonged to an older couple, and according to neighbors, the wife passed away unexpectedly inside the home. Some even whispered that she never really left, and that her presence still lingers in the rooms she used to walk through every day. Now, while this man doesn't want to take any drastic steps just yet, like moving out or trying to cleanse the house, he admits he's waiting to hear the same story confirmed by others who know about the previous owners. Until then, this clip remains unsolved. This next clip was captured by a woman's kitchen Ring camera. The cameras had been installed all over her house after a string of strange and unexplained occurrences she couldn't ignore anymore. There was a time she walked into the kitchen to find every single cabinet door wide open, even though she was the only one home. Another night, she swore she heard dishes clattering in the sink, but when she got up to check, not a single plate had been moved. But this time was different, and thankfully, the camera caught it. Have a look.
Dave, that chair just moved by itself. That's it, yeah. Play that, please.
After sharing the footage, she began receiving several concerning messages from friends and family, with some warning her to be very careful about how she handled the situation. In the end, she decided to sage the house, hoping to cleanse whatever energy was there. But you already know how divided people are when it comes to saging. Some believe it clears out negative spirits, while others argue it only stirs them up and makes the activity worse. So we can only hope things work out the way she expects. Now, there's a saying that parents often pass gifts down to their children, but in this case, Sadie passed down a gift most people find strange: her seeing gift. At first, she didn't notice anything unusual, not until they moved back into her own childhood home. What makes this story even more chilling is that when Sadie herself was a child living within those same four walls, she used to see a spirit, one that, over time, became her so-called friend. She remembers talking to it, even playing around the house, though no one else could see what she was seeing. Now that she's back in that same house as an adult, her daughter has begun describing a spirit of her own. And while Sadie suspects it could be the exact same presence she once knew, she hasn't confirmed it yet. Watch this.
Hi, my dad's name is friends. My dad's friend is yeah. What was her name? What was her name? Ella? Her is Ella too. What was her name? Ella too? Why are you waiting for Ella? Her house back here and her house right here. Why?
What are you saying? Nothing?
Since the spirit never harmed her as a child, City believes whoever her daughter sees isn't out to cause harm either. But then again, some people argue that spirits can appear harmless at first, only to reveal their true nature much later. In this next clip, a lady visited her deceased mother's grave, and as she knelt at the graveside, she quietly asked her mother for a sign, any sign at all, that she was somehow still with her. But nothing happened, so she simply whispered that she loved her and began to walk away. She had barely taken 3 steps when this happened.
The blue ones were not spinning at all. Mom, are you with me? Spin fast. The blue ones were not moving at all. At all. It's not a windy day. It's not a windy day. Look at the branches. They're making noises.
She says it feels like a huge part of her died the very day her mother was buried, which is why she strongly believes what happened was her mother's way of reaching out. And this next moment only deepened that belief. Watch this.
There's no wind. It is 120 degrees. If you're with me, Mom, show me. Show me. Show me. Mom? Oh my God, the bees were not moving at all. Oh my God. Mama. Make the blue ones. I want to see the blue ones. The blue. Make the blue ones move for me. Move. Are you with me, Mom? Are you with me, Mommy? Blue.
She admits that the only way she wouldn't see this as a sign from her mom is if there's no afterlife at all. But that's the question many people struggle with. Is there really an afterlife? And if so, what exactly waits for us there? Also, could it be that those we love never actually leave us, but stay close in ways we don't yet understand? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This next clip was captured inside the Sylvia Hotel, a place already wrapped in paranormal rumors. Guests have long whispered about a ghostly presence in room 604, with some even claiming they felt something pressing down on them, as if an unseen figure tried to sit on their chest. On top of that, there's a separate rumor that the spirit of actor Errol Flynn, who is said to have spent time here, still lingers in the halls. Curious to find out for herself, Dean decided to investigate, and this is what her camera recorded.
Okay, so we're staying in room 604 at the Sylvia Hotel, which is apparently one of the the haunted room, and I want somebody to explain to me why every time I close this drawer, it just decides it's going to open again. I'm sure it's it's physics, but at the same time, creepy. The floor seems pretty flat, but maybe not.
Now, she walked away with a list of logical explanations for what she saw, but she still admits there are things about that night she can't fully explain. For now, she's open to hearing from others who've stayed at the hotel. But until more people step forward to share their own experiences, the strange things that happen in the Sylvia Hotel remain a mystery. The following clip is about a man named Marty, whose door has been acting very strange for a while now. The creepier part is that whenever he approaches the door, it usually stops before he can film it, making it almost impossible to catch anything since the activity is so quick and random. But one day, he finally managed to capture this on camera.
That's fucked up, look. I'm going to try and prove this time. I'm going to round the room as quick as I can and prove that no one is in this room. Oh, fucking hell, hang on. How the fuck do you explain that?
You know what they say about spirits that like to demonstrate their presence through doors? Some believe it's a way of showing dominance, others say it's an attempt to block someone from leaving or entering, and a few even claim it's a warning sign that something darker is present. Marty's partner doesn't believe him, especially since these strange occurrences only happen when he's home alone. But the next thing he captured was even more unsettling. Watch this.
Right, I'm going to record it, because I've had a couple of bangs now. The last one was quite violent and it came from upstairs. And it sounded like a door being shut. And I don't believe me when I'm here. Oh, bathroom light's on. Oh, and our door is shut, look. So, yeah. Huh. What's that doing on and why? All right. Oscar? Oscar? Are you in here? Is that you? Oscar? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! What the f... Oscar? Whoa. Mate. Hello? Oh, this is horrible. There's nothing in here. You can't get anything in here anyway, as you know. There's so much crap in there. This is just shit.
When he posted the footage, viewers flooded him with advice. Some warned that spirits that slam doors aren't usually innocent to interact with, while others suggested he bless the house, put up protective charms, or even consider moving out. So, was that really a ghost like Marty's suspects? Or is there another explanation we're all overlooking? Like always, I'll let you be the judge on this one. The following is about a Canadian woman widely known for documenting her life in what many now call one of the most haunted houses on the internet. Her videos are filled with recurring eerie sounds, fleeting shadows, and unsettling encounters. But she's also built a following around her thrift store finds, unboxings, creepy dolls, and vintage items that seem to carry strange energy. One quiet evening, she's in the kitchen when she hears voices drifting from the laundry room. But this isn't new to her. As someone deeply familiar with the paranormal, she instinctively starts calling out, asking questions, trying to see if something will respond. Watch.
Hi guys. Thanks Chris, thanks for the heart. This doll doesn't seem to be doing much of anything at this point. Whatever's going on, we're getting a lot of activity from that room. A lot of noise coming from there. A lot of app activity from there. I just don't feel comfortable over there. Do you? Mm-mm. Are you still in that room? If you're in that room, give me a sign. Oh yeah, I never thought flashlight. If you're in the room, give me a sign. Did you hear that? Who's there? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay. You heard that, right?
Yep.
Was that you?
I'm trying to there.
Okay. I'm scared to go near it. What are you doing? I was ready to run for the stairs. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to breathe. Okay. Who is this?
I think it's toying with us.
Frig, the cat scared me. Frig, I can't. My heart is in my throat. What was that noise, though? It was a thump. Yeah, keep the flashlight like that. If there's anything moving, we can see. Who's here? Holy shit. That was loud, whatever that was. My nose is starting to run because it's gotten cold.
Do I turn it off?
Try to get out. I'm just gonna back up. I keep thinking something's gonna fly out at me. Frig, I don't like that. I don't like that. Who's here? Say your name. Say your name.
The loud bang, the inhuman growl, the abrupt silence as she speaks, the sudden drop in temperature, and then the scream. This exact pattern of events is textbook poltergeist activity, a kind of disturbance believed to be caused by a restless or malevolent spirit. But the truly disturbing part came after viewers noticed something creepy. At the point when she's pointing the flashlight toward the curtain, if you look closely, you'll notice a large face. Clip. Sometimes it takes a crowd to spot what one person misses in the moment, but despite what she captured on camera, she decides to stay. And nearly a year after posting the first clip, this happened.
Okay guys, I'm in the laundry room, and a lot of you know we hung the wind chimes down in the basement the other day. We've been hearing them off and on, and I'm down here alone and I just heard them. There's an orb. They're moving.
Among her many old collectibles is a wind chime. Innocent looking, but somehow always at the center of strange occurrences. Watch closely, you'll see orbs floating around it. But here's where things get truly unsettling. Unlike most orb sightings, which are only visible through a lens, she can see these orbs with her own eyes. And that's a big deal, because in the paranormal world, naked eye orb sightings are rare and usually indicate a high energy presence. Some believe these are spirits attempting direct contact, while others think they're remnants of something far older and far less human. Still, she insists the presence in her home isn't there to harm her, and while that may be true, we can only hope she's right. In this next video, a couple is fast asleep when their bedroom camera picks up something no one can explain. Take a look. At first glance, it's easy to assume it was just the cat, but after watching it over and over again, the wife, Hannah, is convinced this wasn't her cat at all. And once you hear her breakdown, you might start to see it differently too. She explains that her first reaction was also to blame the cat, but something didn't sit right. The eyes. They seem to appear out of nowhere, and more importantly, she accounts for all three of their cats. One is clearly perched on the headboard, the other two are 10 feet away from the bed. So what, or who, was right behind her sleeping partner? She adds that there are no mirrors, no windows, and no lights on, just a dark hallway behind the bed, and an open closet. And that's what really got people talking. Many viewers now believe whatever was behind her partner came out from the closet. Hannah's still shaken up and admits she can't unsee it. So the question remains, are those the eyes of a ghost like she believes? Or is there another explanation still waiting to be uncovered? You decide. Now, in this next clip, a mother takes her little girl to Phoenix Children's Hospital, where they encounter something they both, at the time, described as a friendly ghost. Have a look.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird.
Is it you?
Is it me? It's not me.
It's motion sensor. There's no one over there. Okay, do it one more time.
Do it one more time, please.
Okay. One last time.
Okay. Wait, so are we friends now? Can you do it again if we're friends now?
Oh.
We're not friends? You don't like me? Okay.
Are you a doctor?
Are you a... Wait, so do it again if you're a doctor. Wait, are you messing with us or are you actually a doctor? I don't know. you just messing with us? Okay. Well.
I don't know.
At first, the moment felt lighthearted, almost magical. The little girl was smiling, and the mother found it charming that something so unusual had happened during their hospital visit. But once they got home and posted the video online, everything changed. The comments started flooding in, and with them, stories that completely reframed what they experienced. Several former staff members said that in the old ER, the TV would turn on and off by itself, and even maintenance crews could never figure out why. But that wasn't the most unsettling part. One comment pointed out that room 28 in the old ER is never used anymore and hasn't been for years because of multiple reported sightings of a girl ghost known to attack patients. Others claimed they had seen a nurse walk straight through a wall or heard footsteps echoing through empty corridors, especially at night. One father shared that during his son's extended stay, they'd take night walks near the cafeteria, only to hear children laughing and playing in the halls below. But every time they went to check, the place was empty. And here's the most disturbing part. Beneath the cafeteria, there's a morgue. When you take all of that in, every whispered story, every unexplained sound, it makes that moment between mother and daughter feel far more terrifying than sweet. They thought they'd met a friendly ghost, but now they're not so sure. Is this hospital really haunted? I'd love to know if you've ever been to Phoenix Children's Hospital and what you experienced. Now, in this next clip, Brian is in his living room filming a wholesome moment about how good life can feel when you slow down, listen to some good music, and choose happiness. But then, while he was recording, something strange appeared in his phone camera. Watch closely.
Look, that's bloody. Huh? There's nothing there, but on the phone it looks like there's a Ah! What? Hold up, let me take this off. What is... Oh my god, there's nothing there! What the Hello? What the... Can y'all see it? No, run. Oh my god, I see her shadow. There's something at the window. There's something. I'm gonna turn on the lights now. I don't want to play. There's something at the window. Put this down. There's something at the window. Hello? But there's nothing there when I shoot. Shit! Why are they making my life freeze? My life is freezing. There's literally something there. Bloody Mary.
What's truly unsettling is that he could see it only through the phone, but when he looked up at the wall directly, nothing was there. Some believe phone lenses pick up frequencies or energies that the human eye can't detect, especially when entities aren't fully materialized. But was this really the case? Seconds later, he gets this intense feeling, like someone's standing right by the window, but when he turns, no one's there. Now, if you pay close attention to the footage, you'll notice something even creepier. There's a brief moment where a hand-like shape moves, followed by what looks like a figure slowly moving out of the corner of the wall. Brian says he was completely alone that night and insists there's no way anyone else could have been inside. So like other videos, this remains unsolved. The following video captures yet another strange moment in Jenna's house, one of many that oddly only seem to happen when she's not around. For weeks, all she's had were secondhand accounts from her partner about weird noises and unexplainable events, but this time, her mom and siblings happened to be visiting and they finally caught something on camera. Watch.
I saw a shadow figure today in my house, and now my dog's been barking at the ceiling for 5 minutes.
Get it, Athena. What is it?
The dog's behavior here is the creepy part. For nearly 5 minutes straight, it's pacing, growling, barking, and completely restless. Now, any pet owner knows dogs don't fake fear. When a dog is this agitated, it usually means it's reacting to something real, which could either be physical or not. Jenna was advised to sage the house, and she agrees it's probably the right move. But here's where things get interesting. She only has a small, brittle sage stick she describes as pretty chintzy. So now she's wondering, does the quality of sage actually matter when it comes to spiritual cleansing? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In this next clip, a mom hears her kid's toy going off in the middle of the night. She gets up, half asleep, just planning to turn it off like usual, but then something else moves, and it's not what you'd expect. Watch closely.
So this is the same toy that used to go off in the past. And it's always terrified me since. Because I would ask it questions and it would answer with noises.
Now here's what's strange. The toy making noise on its own? She's used to that. It's happened so many times, even after people advised her to take the batteries out, which she eventually did. But the sound didn't stop. Still, the creepiest part isn't the toy, it's what's sitting right there on the table beside it. You'll notice a plastic hand completely still until one finger twitches. Paranormal or not, this one is hard to shake. Now, in this next clip, James and his friend are exploring an old school building late at night, after hearing rumors of strange noises echoing through the classrooms. As they follow the sound, this is what they capture.
What is that? I think it's coming from here. Is it that one? I think.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the exit and leave the building immediately. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan.
A baby crying alone in an abandoned classroom at night is the kind of sound that immediately puts you on edge because it doesn't belong there. But just as they reach the door, something attacks them. You can hear the panic in their voices as they run for their lives. Now here's where the real debate begins. Some people believe they should have gone back with the police to make sure there wasn't an actual child in danger. But others, including several who've worked in abandoned or reportedly haunted buildings, warn that sounds like a crying baby are a known paranormal lure, a tactic used to draw people in. It's been documented in other cases where the sound leads to nowhere, or to something much worse. James never went back, and after what happened, can you really blame him? I'll leave this one up to you to decide. The following clip was captured by Patricia, who works in a hospital in Florida that many believe to be haunted. She's experienced several unsettling moments, like hearing faint footsteps in empty hallways, gurneys rolling on their own, call bells ringing from rooms with no patients, and the distant sound of someone whispering her name when no one was there. Most times, she convinced herself she was just imagining it, until one day, she overheard her colleagues describing the exact same strange experiences. So from that day on, they all agreed to record anything unusual. One night, Patricia caught this on camera. Watch
this. I know I've done closed this door 5 times already. Come on. Do it. You ain't gonna do it because I got the camera out. I keep closing these doors, and then every time I turn around, they're open, but I don't hear them open. I swear to God. Hey, you gonna open them? I know. Come on, open the top one. I'll start doing something. This room is creepy. I'm waiting for a watch.
Yeah.
Come on. You wanna play? I've been trying to clean this room, but every time I turn around, there's stuff that's coming out these drawers. There's nobody else in here with me.
After waiting for a while, nothing happened, until suddenly the lower drawer opened. She also noticed something strange. The room had been cold, yet she suddenly felt an intense heat, as if something invisible was standing too close. This was enough to make her believe the rumors about the hospital might be true. But why is it that so many hospitals have ghost stories? Is it because of the countless lives that have passed? Or do the long, eerie corridors and quiet, late-night shifts simply make our minds more prone to fear that we start to see things? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Now, this next clip was captured by Susie, a professional paranormal investigator whose work takes her deep into haunted locations in search of answers. Susie's fascination with the paranormal began in childhood after she saw a ghostly figure standing silently on her parents' landing. Since then, she's built a loyal online community called the Spooklet family and invites viewers to follow her into the unknown. This time, she visited a particularly creepy house, and here's what her camera recorded.
Is there anybody here with me? Any noises through there?
Do you want to open that door for me? Come in. No. Am I actually watching this? Are you on cue? No. No. I'm at work. It's just that happened on cue. I don't know if I'm scared, shocked, amazed. I'm shocked. I'm amazed and I'm scared. I think I'm all three. That was pretty awesome to catch on camera, I'm not gonna lie.
When she posted the footage, like many of her other eerie videos, viewers immediately began sharing theories. Some were deeply unsettled by the fact that she said, "Come in," before the door mysteriously opened on its own, warning that this could be seen as giving direct permission for a spirit or entity to enter. Others pointed out that it's even more chilling because doors in haunted places are often said to act as thresholds. Once crossed, whatever comes in might not easily leave, and if the spirit was already lingering outside, that single phrase could have been the exact invitation it needed. We can only hope that, if anything truly entered that house, it was a friendly presence, not something dangerous. Now, in this next clip, Josh hears a strange sound from downstairs that pulls him into the living room, only for him to capture something that still has viewers talking. Watch. After searching through the entire house and finding nothing unusual, he goes back to the living room, only to meet it in complete disarray. Just in case you missed it, here's how the room looked when he first came in. The cross hanging upright, the dining area perfectly arranged, every object in its place. But when he returns, everything's changed. The cross is now upside down, the refrigerator is wide open, one of the dining chairs is on top of the table, the chandelier swings as if disturbed by unseen hands, neatly stacked cartons now lie scattered on the floor, and the most unsettling of all, a knife stands upright, precisely stabbed into the chopping board, like a silent threat. When Josh posted this clip, the real conversation began. He revealed he's been living in the house for over 6 years, but the strange activity only started about 3 years ago, right after he bought a haunted doll off eBay. At first, it was supposed to be a joke. Instead, it became an open door to something he can't control. The obvious question came next: why not get rid of the doll? Well, that's where it gets complicated. Josh believes burning it could release spirits to roam freely, and moving it might not help either, since whatever's attached could choose to stay behind. If you're wondering why he has not found a solution in 3 years, it's because, for years, the disturbances were minor, easy to ignore, but in the past few weeks, they've grown aggressive. Viewers quickly pointed out that poltergeists aren't known for turning crosses upside down, suggesting this might be the work of something darker, possibly demonic. and that the chaotic display was a warning of worse to come. Others thought they spotted movement behind the curtain, assuming someone was hiding there, but Josh explained, "There's a cat tree and chair behind the curtain. My cat likes to sit there and look out the window." That explanation made some take him more seriously, but still, no one has been able to offer a solid solution. So, what would you do in his place? And if it's not paranormal, then how do you explain what happened here? Now in this next clip, a family, already unsettled by a series of unexplainable events, decided to install cameras around their home. One night, the footage captured this. Watch closely. Now, this isn't just any bin, it's a motion sensor model designed to open only when something passes directly in front of it. But here, it lifts its lid without anyone or anything in sight. No pets, no drafts, no obvious cause. Some believe it could simply be a glitch in the sensor, while others are convinced it's something else entirely, possibly an unseen presence testing its ability to interact with the physical world. And small movements like this are sometimes said to be the first step, the entity starting small before escalating to more obvious and alarming activity. So, faulty wiring, or a ghost making itself known one step at a time. You decide. Now in this next video, Chrissy is casually recording herself in her room when something happens that absolutely terrifies her. Take a look.
Please be sure to monitor your emotional state while watching this video. Hello. Hello. About how many people are you with right now? Are you sure? Did you... Do you believe violence is ever justified? If you had to guess, how long would you say it would take to get from your front door to where you are right now? How far would you go to protect a loved one? What's your favorite color? Do you have any pets? How did your parents treat you as a child? Have you ever seen a dead body? What's your favorite color? What's 4 times 4? Do you cry at funerals? Were you happy or sad as a child? Are you happy now? Where are your...
It started with her feeling a rush of cold air, but you see, it's late fall and none of her windows was open. You'll also notice the moon decoration wasn't moving at the beginning of the video, but as soon as she feels the cold air, it reacts too. Then, the blanket starts shifting across the bed, with no one in sight. Theories flooded the comments. Some believe it could be a classic sign of a spirit passing through, since cold spots are often reported right before physical disturbances. A few skeptics argued it could be vibrations from a hidden source, but that doesn't explain the blanket movement with no one nearby. And then there's the more unsettling idea that whatever was in her room was attached to her. But I'll let you be the judge on this one. In the following video, Gina is happily recording herself talking about her latest find and explaining just how much she loves collecting old, vintage, and spooky items, when she hears something that stops her mid-sentence.
There's something about vintage, Halloween, and Christmas decorations that I love, right? Like, it's old, it's timeless. I swear to God, I don't know what that would... Like, I don't know if you could hear that. Hold on. Like, I'm home alone right now. I have no clue what that was. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like something fell. I have no clue what it was, and I'm home alone, like my daughter's sleeping. But anyways, I went to an estate sale looking for vintage Halloween and Christmas decor. Like, now I'm freaked out. Now I'm really freaked out. So I found an antique that is creepy. So the lady who was, you know, running the estate sale was like, oh, are you looking for something? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for vintage holiday decor. I love like spooky stuff, Halloween, Christmas, you know, whatever. And she was like, oh, we don't have any decorations, but I do have something spooky. And I was like, ooh, what is it? Like, I love spooky stuff. And she shows me this. I had to have it. Like, she's so pretty, but like, it is spooky. So I asked the lady, I was like, why is she considered spooky? Like, why, like, what's the story? And she was like, well, she was my mom's. And this lady was like in her 50s. So I was like, okay, it's gotta be old. Because if it was her mom's, you know what I mean? It was my mom's. I just heard something again. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It was my mom's, and just weird stuff would happen. My mom would just say weird stuff would happen in the house all the time, and I don't really want it. So I bought it. So maybe all this weird stuff happening is because I brought this girl home. But I'll keep you guys updated.
It didn't take long for people to connect the dots. If you constantly surround yourself with objects from the past, especially ones tied to unsettling histories, you might just be inviting their stories, and maybe their spirits, into your home. And the doll she was holding in this video, many are convinced it's haunted. The one question everyone kept asking was, why would she bring it home? But as they say, when your heart is drawn to something, logic doesn't always get a vote. What she posted next, however, made that love for the strange dolls a lot harder to defend. Have a look.
So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it went on for a good like 5 minutes. This video itself was only 1 minute long. I was so scared. You could start to hear me kind of like breathe heavily, and I eventually woke up my husband, and he looked around the house and we couldn't find anything. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's pretty spooky.
At exactly 4:47 a.m., Gina hears strange knocks echoing through her home. But here's the part that sent chills down viewers' spines. Some swore they heard a soft, breathy whisper say yes immediately after Gina exhales sharply for the second time. If you can hear it too, it only deepens the mystery. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you'll know Ian, better known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. Still inside the creepy abandoned house, many believe is haunted by the ghosts of the entire family who once lived there. It turns out the shadowy figure he saw on the stairs in our previous video wasn't the only chilling thing he encountered. Watch this.
Yes, okay. Well, I can definitely understand why. This is a lovely home. And you've lived here a long time. I understand. Is Fred... Okay, whoa. I heard that. Minnie, was that you? Did you just make a sound? It's like a tap on a wall. If that was you, could you... Okay. Oh. I heard that. That was right behind me. Thank you. Alright, Minnie, I'm hearing you all around me right now. What? What is that? Oh my god! What the hell? That's like a radio. But how? I am spooked by an old radio turning on by itself. You can actually hear the knob twisting as it is being activated. What? What? It sounds like it's changing stations. It's still on, but it's not making noise. Oh my god, the stack's coming in more. Hello? A voice just came through.
Here's what makes it so unsettling. This was the exact room where Minnie, the mother of the house, had her funeral. Her casket rested there for 3 days, and now, decades later, strange activity continues to stir in the very same spot. For more hunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, Marcus Belton was driving home through Ravens Hollow, Maine, exhausted after a long shift and just wanting to crawl into bed. But as he entered his street, his headlights lit up his driveway and he saw something that took him off guard.
Okay, so I just got home from work and there should be nobody at my house right now. I mean, it should be completely empty. But I just pulled up and what is that? Is that a person? What the fuck is that? There should be nobody in the house. Nobody at all. Okay, well, guess let's check it out. Okay.
Someone in a dark hoodie was standing really still and silent by his door, almost like they had been waiting for him the whole time. This was strange because Marcus lived alone, wasn't expecting anyone, and nobody had a spare key, so whoever that was, they definitely weren't supposed to be there. He stepped out of the car and hurried toward the house, but by the time he reached the door, the figure had vanished. Just like that, no sound, no running, no one walking away, like the person disappeared into thin air. Marcus looked around, checked for prints or any sign someone had actually been there, but he didn't find a single trace. He tried to make sense of it, but the only explanation that stuck was the one he didn't want to believe. A paranormal entity had been there.